2005 Honda Civic EX. Issue is the customer just bought the car, and when he got it, the old ignition switch was all, well, the key would get stuck in here. It was all beat up. So there's the new one there. I hooked it all up. I had to transfer the old immobilizer, which is this guy right here. And right now, if I try to start it, it will not start because it needs to be programmed. So when I do that, the key light flashes there, if you can see it. Yep, that's because it needs to be programmed. So we got it all hooked up, the immobilizer on the old one. They come with some blank keys as far as the chip. We're gonna go and program it, put all that together. Because when we got the car, this stuff was all hanging here because they were putting like a plastic fork in there to start it and all kinds of stuff, right? So you can use the Autel here, pull up the data. I know the engine light was on earlier for some other stuff, so we're gonna get this programmed. Be a real quick one. Try to figure out all the stuff goes back in because somebody else took it all apart. Do some other real quick checks on this car and get that done. So there's another car we're working on there, 66 Mustang. Putting a bunch of new front end parts in it and stuff. So we'll eventually get to that. We were off for our last week or so. Just getting some other stuff done. So let this pull up. So I'm gonna go under special functions, or hot functions, I mean, to program this key. I'm gonna go to immobilizer and keys. So get this one out of here. Just gonna ask them some questions. I got key on, engine off. Does this vehicle have a keyless remote or one push start system? No, it does not. It has a key fob, but not what they're asking. And then once this pulls up, third immobilizer, that tells me you can go to keyless access or immobilizer. You can go to immobilizer. And this new key setup came with 2 keys. Immobilizer setup, special function, using the Honda software. So you can system check, number of keys, status log. We're just going to check it since we're here. It just tells you how many keys. There's 2 keys registered. Okay, status log, we can check all that stuff. We don't care right now, but add or delete keys, replaced immobilizer. So if you look over here, if you were to place this immobilizer on here, which we did not, you would do that. Or if you replace the ECM, PCM, replace the MICU, all this other stuff. We're going to go add or delete keys. So what we want to do, general description, this function does the necessary registration for registering new keys or deleting register keys. So you can delete or add multiple keys. You can add a key. We can do all keys lost. I'm just going to do all keys lost. We're going to walk through this. That way, because it's got the old key and the old immobilizer, so I want to clear all that out. So how many keys I want to do? I want to do 2 of them. Turn the ignition switch off. Turn the ignition switch on. As you can see that scan tool. You got one of the 2 keys in there. Just watch the scan tool while I do this. We're just following the prompts. Turn the ignition switch off within 17 seconds. It's off. Turn the ignition switch to on with another key within 14 seconds. So I'm going to switch the key out. I'm going to go back to the scan tool. Turn it on. So I'm on the 2nd key. Turn it off within seconds. And then what I'm going to do, turn the ignition switch on without changing the key. So I got to go on with the same key. But as soon as it's programming, turn the ignition switch off. Turn the ignition switch on. It's counting down 9 seconds. It's programming this one. So we did 2 keys. Is the immobilizer indicator light turned on? Look up here. It is not, so come back down here. All right, so everything's registered. We're back to this screen. If you look up here, like I said, the immobilizer light's not on. You can add keys, you can delete keys. We're not going to mess with any of that because we're done with this. But now it should start. And look up there, no immobilizer light. your fingers on the screen there. And then I'm going to turn it off. I'll try the other key to make sure it does the same because we programmed that one. Look up there. No immobilizer light. So the check engine light, we'll address that. But what the customer wanted was this key immobilizer all programmed. So that's all done. These bolts here, we're going to bolt this back up. When you tighten these up, these will break off for security. So we got to figure out how this all goes back in here. That's how you register keys. One of the ways to register keys on a Honda. So yeah, we'll get it all back together and that'll be it.